shut down the TV inside as he took his purple trench coat off and used it as a blanket as he sat on the couch. Life had gotten incredibly boring since it became too dangerous to return to the pizzeria, especially since his former victims outnumbered him and would probably murder his brains if he tried to go in the daylight. He had still been able to do murder jobs every now and then, but it just wasn't the same as seeing the same amount of terror in those children's eyes as he killed them. He grabbed his coat and was ready to take a nap on the couch when he saw the TV guide on the coffee table and remembered that Doctor Who was supposed to be on tonight. He always wondered what that show was about. He heard that it was pretty good, if you knew about the time-space continuum and about paradoxes, which always seemed to catch his attention. Vincent sighed and grabbed the remote and turned on the TV to the channel showing the episode of Doctor Who. When he did, he saw a man with long white hair near a computer. He saw the man take out some kind of device and point it at the computer. Immediately, Vincent caught his second wind, shoved some bread into his toaster, and was interested in what the man had and what he was using. "That?" a middle-aged girl asked the man. "It's a sonic screwdriver," he said. Vincent immediately felt his interest dragged to the pen-like object that the doctor was holding. "It doesn't kill, doesn't wound, doesn't maim, but it is very good at picking locks," the man said. Vincent wrote that down, turned off the TV, and went to his computer and Googled the sonic screwdriver. When the results popped up in 0.36 seconds, he saw a list of things that the device could do. His jaw dropped. He just looked at the screen, and as much as he wanted a weapon like that, he doubted he could create such a device that could do all those tasks. As he kept reading down the list, and found himself really wishing that he had found this thing earlier, but one thing the curious device could do caught his eye. Arm robotics. That phrase stuck in his mind for a few minutes, and he even found himself repeating about the phrase a few times. A smile grew on his face that he hadn't done since he had cornered those children and killed them. He had a plan. Why kill the robots when you can deactivate them remotely? He stood up from his computer and grabbed the remote to his TV. He then got on the phone and dialed a number, hoping that the person on the other end of the line would pick up. "Yeah, Vincent," said a feminine voice that was gentle yet had enough venom to kill 50 people in seconds. "I'm going to be gone a few days, Valerie," he said as he held the phone with his shoulder and the remote in his hands. "I think I finally have a solution to get rid of the animatronics." The phone was silent for a few minutes. He had a feeling that his longtime friend and child poisoner was thinking about the situation. "You can't be serious," she said. "I swear, it's bad enough that there's killer robots out there hunting down both of us, along with the other night guards, but do you really—" "Don't worry, Val," he said, as he glared at the remote evilly. "I have a plan, one that will solve all our problems." Valerie laughed at the other end of the line, and for some reason, Vincent started laughing along with the brilliant chemist. "Okay, Vinny," she said in a sweet voice. "I'll let the boss know." Vincent smiled, then hung up, and then pulled a chair and sat at his tiny table with a half-eaten piece of pizza on it. He got his laptop on it, and searched the parts that could be used to deactivate the robots, which resulted in mostly infrared rays and other gimmicky parts that costed money. Overall, it looked more complex than he had imagined it would be. The toaster popped up the toasted bread and made a ding while it was at it. Vincent then grabbed the hot bread and shoved it into his mouth without any condiments. "Now," he said to himself, "how do I build a remote that shuts down robots?" He sighed. He had no idea. And if that was the case, it was going to be a long 2 days. He also realized that he was going to eat a lot of toast in those 2 days. But it was totally going to pay off if it worked. Vincent took out a screwdriver and started dismantling on the remote.